Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you? I'm so happy to be with you today. I am going to be showing you this really cool box. I call it my Mausoleum Box. I'm using the Bag of Bones bundle, and it has the two skeletons, one fully assembled and then one just the torso and the head. And then you have all these different positions that you can make as legs. There's hats, there's roses and hearts, and there's even a dog and a cat skeleton. Cute words. Bow tie, he has a cane. I mean, there's so many cute things you can do with him. And the die set has additional dies, and one of them is this mausoleum door opening kind of building. There's a tombstone in there, and of course a fence and grass and different hats and shoes and extra bats and extra bones and like lots of extra pieces, cowboy boots, that are not part of the stamp set that you can add, which is really cool. But I've had so much fun with this, and I always, every year after Halloween, raid the stores and buy all the non-candy Halloween stuff. I really like to have that option for the parents that don't want their kids to have candy. So I offer both, and I ask if they want candy or non-candy. So I have a bunch of really cute treats, and so I put together this little mausoleum box, and inside, I'll show you, I have the extras to put in our next box. We have the vampire teeth, of course. You know, the kids love those. And then this cute little game and a little notepad. So this is what we're going to be putting in this next box. So check out the stores after the holiday is over and grab your stuff for next year. It's always at a good price, and it's always fun. So let me move this stuff out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and start with a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 4 5/8. I know, a weird number, but I needed it to be that high because of I measured the die and the size of the die cut that comes out, and I needed it to be that tall. 4.5 was too short, so I had to go 1/8 bigger. All right, we're gonna score our piece on the long side. So that's the 8.5 inch side at 2 and at 4, 6 and 8, and then we're going to quarter turn it so that the 4 5/8 inch side is at the top, and we're going to do that at 2. The height of the box I needed to be a certain height based on what I was going to be attaching onto it. So that's all of our scoring, not too hard. We're going to be using a ribbon and some twine. The twine is from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and you know there's 5 different twine colors in there. There's white and vanilla, crumb cake, black, I can't think of, and gray granite, I think. I was like, what's the last one? Here it is. I have another pack in the wings because, you know, I'm almost out of some of these colors, so I ordered a new one. But today we're using the crumb cake. So you're going to score and burnish on all your lines. And then we're going to cut up the side here. So you have longer, fatter rectangles up here and squares at the bottom. And then you have this long, skinny rectangle and then a longer, skinny at the top. You're going to cut the shorter of the two long, skinny rectangles. So there's one that's longer. That's the one you need to keep. That's the one that we are going to attach our box together with. So when you cut that, I angle cut that so that there's no bulk here in this corner. So that's why I like to do that. And then I'm going to trim up the bottom of the box. I really love how this box turned out, and I was really wanting to use that mausoleum opening die. I may use it as a decorative tombstone down the road. So you're gonna get to see lots of stuff with these bundles. If you purchase them from me, I always give you lots of ideas. And I appreciate everybody who does purchase their products from me and uses my ideas. I really, really appreciate you guys. All right. I know I have demos that also follow me and get ideas from me. And I appreciate the likes and comments and hearts and all that good stuff. I really do appreciate that. All right. So I've cut out the two sides of the score line. I don't like that thickness or bulk when I'm putting in my bottom of my box. So that part's done. We're gonna put some adhesive on this side and we're gonna seal our box first. So let me grab my silicone mat so I don't make a mess. My wet glue is a new one and it tends to get like, not globby, but it tends to put out a lot more glue than I want when it first comes out. So all right, so we're gonna put some glue on that tab. We're gonna bring this piece to meet it, and I'm just gonna hold it in place, running my finger very slowly over the top. And then I usually grab my little mini roller, love this thing, and make sure that it's nice and adhered, okay? So that is that part. Now the part that has that tab on it, I gotta find it. It's harder to see in the black. You gotta kind of feel for it. There it is. Okay, this is the back of my box. So this is the front. So I'm always gonna pull the front forward because I want that to be the last piece to go in. So I'm gonna do my sides, and I am gonna put a little bit of adhesive, not a ton, like that. And then the back panel. And then I'm gonna put this on this side. And then this is the front panel. I always put the front first, or last I mean, because I want the seam in the front to be nice and smooth. And I just like how it looks. Okay, so there's our box, and it looks super short right now, but that's okay. We're gonna do some fun stuff to it. So the first thing that we're gonna attach is this copper clay textured ribbon. It's from our new In Colors, and I am going to lay some mini glue dots using my Take Your Pick tool on this corner here of the box, okay, because that's where my ribbon's gonna go. So I have to put one there and one on the other corner of the box where I'm gonna be tying the box. So you want to add those next. Whoops, come on, didn't want to let go. My Take Your Pick tool like that mini glue dot, they're buddies. Okay, so you have one on either side of that box there. I'll explain why in a second. So you're gonna, let me grab a quick drink of water. I don't know why I'm so hoarse today, but I totally am. You'd think I was like recording a bunch of videos or something, right? Oh my goodness. I apologize for that. I really needed that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this ribbon around the box, and we want these ends right here to be near each other. And we want them to touch, okay? So you want to hold those ends together, and you're lining your ribbon up all the way around your box. And then when you come to the mini glue dot, you're gonna press that corner in place. Actually, it's too long there, so see, this is why. All right. Let me make sure I'm in camera. I think I got a little out of camera, sorry. So you want to hold these points together, and you want to essentially bring your fingers in so that the sides and the top section, come on, are, oh my gosh, I did not have this much trouble doing this the first time I did it. It's because I'm on camera. So I'm gonna slide my fingers down a little bit. So I'm gonna hold it like right there. And that way I'll be closer to getting it exactly where I want it. So what I wanna do is cinch this so that this, essentially so that these sides stay together, and I don't wanna smush the box. So I just wanna make sure that it's cinched and easy. Okay, see how now they're even on the sides here? And those two glue dots, I'm going to press them down onto that ribbon. We'll secure that ribbon in place until I get my little mausoleum pieces together. So I'm just going to leave those alone. I cut 4 of the little mausoleum pieces out of basic black. So they're really detailed. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's some ridges in there. You have this cool panel on the front. And I should have a 4th one. There it is. Oh my gosh, I got nervous for a second. So what I want to use to attach them are black Stampin' Dimensionals. I don't know if you know, but they come in black. And it's a pack that gives you minis and regular size. And I think you get 3 sheets of each. So I don't use the black that often. Let me see. It doesn't say how many sheets, but it says 680. But I do like to put black on the ones that have black, because sometimes you can see the starkness of the white on all of the pieces that have the white dimensionals. So we're gonna put these on all 4 sides. Gonna have to grab another sheet, although I do like to use the ends first. All right, so this one, let's cut. All right, so there's the last 4 there, okay? So I'm gonna stick my finger in there and press them into place, make sure they're nice and secured. And then I'll peel the backs off them, and we'll put the little mausoleum pieces on there. All right. And so I'm gonna pull, oops, my crumb cake. I'm gonna hold them up so that you can see them once I've pulled the backs off. See how black they are. They're super shiny, actually. There they are. Pretty cool, right? All right, so we're gonna attach our mausoleum, and what I wanna do is I don't want it right to the edge of the box. I don't want it butted to the edge. I want it lifted just slightly so that you can just see a tiny little bit, maybe a 1/16 of an inch of the box on the bottom. And then I'm going to press my fingers where those dimensionals are as I attach each one. So let's do the next one. It's harder to hold with my left hand because of that surgery. It aches a little bit. All right. let's see. So we're gonna come down about a 1/16 of an inch. And see how the ribbon starts to show in the sides? That's why I loved using this copper clay ribbon. It's really pretty. And since the pieces I was going to be putting in the box were orange, I thought the copper clay would really pop. All right, so there's that one. We're almost done, one more to go. So I'm gonna put that down there. And once I have it set, I'm gonna smush my little dimensional pieces onto my mausoleum. We're starting to form it. We have our 4th one. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and put our last piece on, and then I'll show you that you can see the ribbon all the way through, which, well, I love that. I love that effect. See how it shows? And then you have, of course, the biggest part right there. So now that we have our piece, you know, set up, we're gonna go ahead and attach our twine onto our ribbon to tie it. So this ribbon does fray, and so I have used one of these like barbecue lighters or whatever. We don't smoke in our house, so this is the only kind of lighter I had. But you're just gonna light that, and then you're gonna attach that onto the ribbon and blow that out, and it will singe the end so that it doesn't fray anymore. It kind of like caramelizes it, and it's fantastic actually. So this is about 8 inches of crumb cake, just because I wanted room to tie my piece and I needed to have that little bit of extra. So all I'm doing is grabbing the ribbon pieces like this, and I'm gonna cinch the ribbon really tight with this twine. Okay, so let's grab and cinch. Okay, see how tight I have it cinched in that corner, and it separates the little ribbon pieces here on the side when you do that. And I'm actually gonna tie that in a knot because I want that cinch to be nice and tight and strong. Okay, so now you can tie your loop, your bow. And because I gave myself plenty of twine, I'm gonna get a really cute bow. So I'm gonna start on this side, and when I use twine, in order to get the loops not to twist, you kind of have to hold where the knot is when you're pulling, okay, to hold that straight. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna hold the knot, and then I'm gonna pull so it doesn't twist, because it wants to twist, trust me. It wants to misbehave. All right, so now I have my 2 tiny looped bow. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bring this little string down and have my cute little bow there. And I'm gonna trim these, they're too long. I don't want them to be longer than my box length. So I'm gonna use that as my gauge. And we'll do this one right about there. All right, so now we have our little cute ribbon side piece, okay? Now we're gonna decorate our box, and then we'll fill it. So I have cut out of our Them Bones Designer Series paper one of the skeletons from the sheet. So I have him ready to go. I'm gonna give him some black little end pieces. So let's see. I think I'm gonna trim this away, this paper. And I don't want those little tiny points, so I'm just gonna cut them away. And I'm gonna use just the end like that, okay? So the reason I need little long skinny pieces is because I have this leg, so we're gonna do it in stages. We're gonna put one piece here on the thigh, one piece on the shin. I keep dropping it. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and peel all the pieces off. And again, I'm using black because we'll do the foot. We don't want the edges to show against the black box, and if we used white, it would definitely show. All right, let's just cut these. We'll do the thigh and the foot, and we'll be done with the bottom of them, and we'll work on his little arms next. Of course, this is the most tedious part of the box, right? Doing the decoration or all the little parts and pieces, the small things. But the small things make all the things better, right? It's the little details in the things that you do that make your project. So don't skimp, take your time. I did want him to be lifted up. I didn't want him to be flat on the box. I needed dimensionals. He's skinny, so I had to cut skinny pieces of dimensionals. And I just think that you just don't need to skimp on the things that are important to you. All right, so this piece for the torso, actually I'm gonna use, throw these little pieces away that I cut off of there. They're too small for anything, but they're gonna get in our way if I don't get rid of them. They're gonna stick on everything, so let me pull those off and throw them in the garbage. All right, so the pieces that are left here, we're gonna use this piece here for the arm, right there, and the other piece for the other arm piece. He's coming together, he's almost done. And then of course we can use full-size pieces for the head and the chest area because they're not small. All right, so there's that one. Two more skinny, actually 3 more skinny pieces. So I'm actually gonna cut this one and use it where the hand is. I should have used that other one for the hand also. I didn't think about it. Let's see if I can move it. If it's not too stuck. It's pretty stuck. My fingers are getting stuck now. Because we're starting to get some sticky stuff on here. Okay. I'm gonna use this one for the torso. And then we're gonna do his one arm. So we just need one more skinny piece. And then we can use regular size pieces. So I'm gonna again trim these little pieces and cut a straight piece right there. We have all of these little pieces to get rid of now. And this is the last skinny piece. All right. I kind of need now something in that arm. I'm gonna use this piece right here. Well, I can if I can find it. There we go. The hand, I mean. I didn't bring that piece down enough for the hand. All right, now we can use the regular size pieces. So let's move this out of the way. And again, I'm just gonna use these edges. I guess all the pieces are coming off. There's one for the head, and we'll do the torso here. Let's go ahead and pull the back off, and we only have one left to pull the back off because all the other ones are done, and we'll stick him onto the box. He's the first part. Once he's down, all the other pieces just work out perfectly. Okay, so now we did the hard part. Let's move all those little pieces out of the way. All right, we're gonna add him to our box, and he's so cute. There he is. They have them in lots of colors of orange, like pale, medium, and this is the brightest, I think. How cute is he? So let's give him some bats. So there's a bat stamp. This one right here, and then this open bat. One that's flying with the wings up and one's extended wings. So I stamped 3 of each, and then I die cut them out. So here they are. And then there's a sentiment in there that says boo to you. So I have cut that out as well. And here's the other 3 bats. All right, so we're gonna add them around the box. So the first bat, I'm gonna put it near the top. And I don't want glue on the whole piece. Just on a portion, because he's gonna kind of hang off a little on that end right there. So there's that one. And then we have one with the wings. Let me bring this in because I know it's a disaster waiting to happen. Grab my tweezers, be easier. And I won't get glue all over me. So we're gonna put this bat right here, okay? All right. Now we're gonna flip our box this way, okay? And we're gonna put 2 bats on that side, 2 bats on the other side. The back doesn't have anything. That's how you know it's the back. So we're gonna go ahead and put our glue. And we'll add this little bat flying this direction. And maybe this direction for this one. Now we're gonna flip the other way and put adhesive on these guys. My trash is running. I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but it's like super loud. They're picking up the trash cans. Oh boy. All right, let's see, we'll put this one this direction. All right, so now we have the sides have the bats, and then we have this little boo to you. We're gonna use a dimensional on the back of it. So I'm gonna grab one of these and trim. And put that on there. I'm gonna have to use these black ones are sticky. All right. So this boo to you is gonna kind of go off here on the side of the skeleton, kind of covering a little part of him and a little part hanging off of our box, okay? So there's that part. So now we have our entire box is decorated, and so now we gotta fill it. So I have some crumb cake or craft colored fill. Here it comes. We're gonna use that first. So we're gonna, I like to pull on it when I put it in so that it has some movement and some loose, because I like to tuck the loose in. So let's leave some of the loose out right now. And then we're gonna add our little pieces. So the first piece that's gonna be in is our little pinball. So I wanna make sure that this doesn't smush it all the way down and that I have some sticking out on this side, so definitely want that. And then we're gonna put our little notepad in. Again, you wanna make sure, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Look, we want everything to show, right? So you wanna just kind of position your pieces. There's that, and now you're gonna get to see me put I put the little mouth vampire teeth. I think they're so cute, these vampire teeth. And I want them to show, but I also want that to show. So you have to kind of mess around with it. And then lastly, you're going to put some of these fillers to hold those pieces in place and have some sticking out, because that's part of the fun, right? To have all of the little fluffy fill, you know, sticking out and being cute on your project. But I don't want it caught on my ribbon, and there, I think I'm happy with that. So there's our little project. Here's our ribbon and our cute little twine. And our little mausoleum box with our cute little Halloween treats, non-candy treats. But it's great to give out in your kids' class, or bring them up to the elementary schools for the teachers. There's so many things you can do. I always bring treats up to the elementary school teachers because they deserve it. They work so hard. And I used to sub before I started doing Stampin' Up! Full-time. I had a full-time position as a teacher assistant, and then I decided to stop that and I started subbing. So I sub for the school system still. If they call me, I do sub for them if the teachers need me. But yeah, so anyway, I like to give back to the schools and to the teachers that work so hard. And I hope that you enjoyed this project. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you what you think of this project. And don't forget yesterday's project, a super cute, it was live, and it was a super cute hand sanitizer witch's hat. So if you missed that, right up there, click it and watch that video. Okay, thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!